Hi, this is Peter from the DJ Podcast. In this video, I'm going to be sharing some tips on editing and compressing your video tutorials. Once you finish recording your video, you definitely want to spend some time editing it. By editing your video, you can fix any mistakes that you may have made, and you can take out the ums and ahs that may have slipped into your recording. Now, depending on what program you use to record the video, it may have editing features in it. So for example, if you're using ScreenFlow, you can record and edit the videos directly in the program itself. If your screen recorder doesn't allow you to edit, you'll need to use an additional program. Tip number one is the clap sync. In our previous video, I talked about how I use a clap to sync the video on my DSLR with the video that I record from my computer screen. Let's jump into Adobe Premiere Pro CS5 and I'll show you how I sync the two video clips together. So here I am in Adobe Premiere Pro CS5. You can use whatever program you feel most comfortable with. This is the one that I like. And I'm going to demonstrate how I sync up the footage from my computer and the footage from my DSLR. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and switch from the video view over to the waveform view. Then I'm going to zoom in to the beginning, and you can see that I have three very, very loud sounds here. That's because I clapped 3 times at the beginning of this clip. So what I want to do is zoom in all the way until I find the very beginning of this clap, and I'm going to put the in point right before that clap hits. So then I'm going to use my arrow keys to get right to the first frame. And if you can hear that, that is where we want. So I'm going to press I to set the in point. Then I'm going to drag down my video. Then I'm going to go to my second clip, which is here from my computer screen. I'm going to again go to the waveform view. You can see at the beginning that of course here's the 3 different claps, although they are at different volumes than the other one. And I'm just going to line up my playhead. And I'm going to set an in point there. Now I can drag out the video, and they will be perfectly synced in time with each other. Tip number 2 is to remove the uhs, ums, and otherwise dead air that you have when you're recording. By quickening up the pace of the video and reducing the time in between what you say, you'll be able to more easily keep the viewer's attention. Let's take a look now at an unedited segment of one of my videos. However, the two big ones are 4-deck mode and sync link. So let's first take a look at 4-deck mode. Now let's take a look at that very same segment after I edited it to make it shorter. However, the two big ones are 4-deck mode and sync link. So let's first take a look at 4-deck mode. Tip number 3 is to replace audio to fix mistakes. Even in the most simple demonstrations, it's easy to make a mistake when you're recording a video. The trick is to simply repeat what you want to say as many times as you need until you get it right. Later in the editing process, you can take the correct video and remove the wrong audio and replace it with the repeated part that you said later on. That will change something like this. So I can click on that, and this will allow me to choose that new skin file that we selected into something like this. So I can click on that, and this will allow me to choose the new skin file that we installed. You can also choose from one of the different skins that ship with Ableton Live. After you finish editing your video, you're going to want to make sure that you compress it before you upload it. The standard for web video on a site like YouTube these days is to use H.264 video encoding with AAC audio. For the DJ podcast, my video rate is around 1.5 megabits per second, while my audio rate is at around 96 kilobits per second. You're going to want to make sure that you find the right settings for the quality that you're looking for. Just remember that the higher resolution and higher quality videos that you want to compress, the longer time it will take to both compress it and upload it to YouTube. If you want to stay up to date with the DJ Podcast, subscribe at youtube.com/thedjpodcast or at thedjpodcast.com. Thanks for watching.